Hello, and welcome to the Showboys Newscast, bringing you all the news and no opinion. I'm Mike.
And I'm Nick.
Thanks for joining us. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. And of course, following suit, in traditional newscast fashion, we will start the show off with some DC news. The first of which being HBO has found its Sinestro, allegedly. So we have a rumor to start out the show. Reports are showing that Tobias Menzies, I probably messed that up, but he's best known for his role as Edmure Tully on Game of Thrones. He has been cast to play Sinestro in the upcoming Green Lantern series. If true, Menzies will be playing a former Green Lantern turned bad arch enemy of Green Lantern Hal Jordan, who was last played by Ryan Reynolds in the infamous 2011 Green Lantern. I'm really excited about this Green Lantern series, so not to be confused with the Green Lantern movie reboot that is also happening.
Be confused, for sure.
For sure. Either way, I've enjoyed the DC shows that have been popping up on HBO, so I'm sure this one will follow suit. We have another rumored addition to HBO Max concerning DC, and this is an adaptation of The Killing Joke, which is a Batman story. So HBO is said to be contemplating bringing Batman: The Killing Joke to the big screen. Fans have long clamored for an adaptation of the classic comic, especially an R-rated take on it. The potential adaptation may also see Affleck's Batman and Leto's Joker substantially face off for the first time. So that's exciting. So is it for HBO Max or is it for the big screen?
Both.
I'll be down with either or. Killing Joke is a great book, by the way. If you want to read it, I have it. You can borrow it. Definitely deserves an R-rated take. And after Zack Snyder's Justice League, Jared Leto's Joker in the epilogue there, I would love to see him and the Batfleck go head to head.
Oh, 100%. That would be glorious.
Yes.
And long overdue.
For sure.
On to our gaming segment. Not too long here, but we have a little bit of gaming news. Battlefield 2042 will add up to 64 AI bots to help fill its matches, EA confirms. The next installment of EA's popular Battlefield series will use AI bots when slots are not filled by humans to allow for a consistent 128-player matches. Battlefield 2042 is set to launch in October of this year, bringing the largest maps and battles to date, along with dynamic weather and environmental hazards. This is obviously really good news that they're introducing this. Obviously, Chad and I have wondered, though, if we'll be able to populate private matches, offline matches the same way. That would be an extra bonus to that feature, but nonetheless, very long overdue. It was kind of rough sometimes on like Battlefield 4, previous Battlefields, where you just, they're like really big maps, lots of players, and you're just short on it. It's just kind of when you got 5-on-5 walking around a massive map, it's only so fun.
Yeah.
A little bit of GTA news. GTA 6 to take place in Vice City. Rumor alert. GTA 6 returns to Vice City if rumors are correct. A sequel to the 2002 classic is sure to excite fans. However, it does not appear the game will be releasing anytime soon, with reports suggesting a 2024 or 2025 release. The most recent release, GTA 5, debuted in 2013.
Didn't you and Chad just talk about this?
I was going to say, if anyone would like to hear more about this at extensive detail, Chad and I had a What's Playing 2 weeks ago. I believe it's episode 43, perhaps. But we basically filled probably like 30, 40 minutes on speculation and different ways they could approach this, just because GTA 5, which I recently did install and kind of started dabbling back into, the success of online, it's to be debated. They could do like a soft re-release of GTA 5 once again as a GTA 6, but who knows? That's a busy studio, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Can't really slight them too much. Ubisoft's next Assassin's Creed game will be a live service game. Done. New details are emerging about the upcoming Assassin's Creed title. Ubi confirmed that the unreleased project, codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity, will be a cross-studio project, one potentially set to bring true live service gaming that will contain multiple settings instead of the usual focus on one specific historical period, and more content added over time. Definitely a decent IP to try and target with that, but Godspeed. Godspeed in successfully doing what is typically a single player experience. I mean, they did the same thing with Fallout. So taking these single player games and making them a live service adaptation rollout, I mean, it's questionable.
And does live service necessarily mean multiplayer though, or does that just mean continual development?
That's a good question. I think it's that we're so close, and I think if you're doing a live service game, it's so close and easy just to say, hey, it's going to also be some sort of multiplayer-esque world, right? That's filled. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think if they kind of refrain from going hog wild and making promises and just kind of keep it narrow, keep it focused, there could be a lot of success in this. And it worked for GTA 5 Online. They released it very limited in its scope, and over 6-7 years they've built that out to be a highly successful stream of revenue and content. So right. I would say that approach is it's viable.
Sweet. Sounds exciting. I know you're a fan of the series, so
yes, 100%.
Yeah,
I skip every other game though, just because.
Is this the one that you would land on then?
Yeah, if this was no, unfortunately Valhalla is supposed to be the one I pick up next, but I technically feel like I have more game time in Origins. That game was just so good in my mind. So
okay.
Further skip, perhaps.
Maybe. We have some HBO news, specifically a handful of news regarding the Last of Us series on HBO. So, the series has been confirmed to consist of 10 episodes, with each episode being an hour long. Filming of the series is already underway, having first begun in early February and in Calgary, Canada. The series is set to premiere in late 2021, which, hey, we're almost there, or early 2022. Craig Mazin, writer and producer, also confirmed that there are 2 directors yet to be announced for the first season. So, as the first piece of news for The Last of Us, I think that's pretty good. 10 hours.
Yeah.
10 episodes, hour each. I mean, I know it goes over our sweet spot of episode length, but 10 episode first season, I'm down with that.
I'd be watching it from the get-go, from release, so I can do it. It's doable, acceptable.
True. The next piece here, we have Nico Parker, who was was in Dumbo, has been cast to play Joel's daughter in the HBO Last of Us series. Parker joins a growing cast featuring Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian, Bella Ramsey from Game of Thrones, and the following actors and actresses who have been announced of late. Merle Dandridge will be playing Marlene. A character known as Perry will be played by Jeffrey Price, who voiced Tommy in the game, which that's interesting that they are casting Tommy to be somebody else. And then finally, Con O'Neill will assume the role of Bill, and Murray Bartlett will play Frank, who was Bill's partner, who we found, in the house, that fateful, mission in the first game that was heart-wrenching. But yeah, they've landed quite a few characters here, which I'm excited about. And the first season of the adaptation is set to follow the first game while also adding new original content to keep fans entertained. So there's kind of a lot there, but it's all exciting. I'm really looking forward to this series for sure.
No, 100%. It's got to be good. They cannot drop the ball. It will be tragic if they did.
Yes.
Absolutely tragic.
Yes. And that would make me cry on the inside and outside.
Moving on to a little bit of Hulu news. The Handmaid's Tale sequel, The Testaments, has big plans for Aunt Lydia. The Testaments, Margaret Atwood's sequel to The Handmaid's Tale, will continue to showcase everyone's least favorite aunt. Anne Dowd states that her character, Aunt Lydia, will play a major role in the next season. There are lots of ways that Lydia is shifting and they're powerful. Unfortunately, she did not go into any detail, so we'll have to stay tuned. Also, this could be news, the fact that The Testament is a Handmaid's Tale sequel that will be coming out. So an expanding universe we have there, obviously supported by books, but nonetheless, it looks like more screen time for this little niche favorite we have out there.
Yeah. Becca was just wondering if we should start that the other day. I was like,
perfect time. You guys just had a child.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you'll like it, but
yeah,
I plan to watch it at some point in my life, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of shows that people have watched and, you know,
spoiler.
Everyone's favorite show, Loki, is getting a second season. So this is going to be the first MCU Disney Plus series that is not a mini or a limited series. I find that kind of exciting. But yes, fans rejoice as Loki series self-confirmed that there will be a next season with an unambiguous stamping of Loki's case file featuring the phrase Loki will return in season 2. This was the post-credit scene. Which is cool because it kind of follows suit with all the other, you know, early MCU movies. If you waited till the end of the credits, it would be like Captain America will return in The Winter Soldier or whatever. But yeah, I was
gonna say I read an article where basically it's just talking about how they blended the two post-credit things that the MCU has done. So, you know, usually it's a scene, right? Mm-hmm. And usually it's a scene and it's just kind of a scene and they don't really say, you know, at first they did the whole scene plus Thor will return in Avengers. And then they kind of just did the scenes without saying anything, where this is kind of like a blend where they are just straight up saying Loki will return in season 2, but they're not going to pivot themselves into any sort of no shots, no scenes, because early on in the MCU, they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit because they had to like redo some stuff because that was no longer the plan.
Yeah.
So I definitely thought that was cool. I was expecting a scene, but you know, just got the old stamp.
Yeah. But hey, I was very pleased with the episode.
100%.
I did not get bonered this time, which after, you know, 2 MCU series of being bonered, I was happy to not get it for the 3rd time.
Fool me once.
Yes.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice.
Can't be fooled again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we might be talking about Loki on Thursday's episode. I don't know. Maybe we will. I know you and I were really excited about the series. So
yeah, definitely worth a watch, but not for everyone. Not for everyone. Moving on with some Marvel kind of related stuff. It is Marvel related, but Marvel Studios reportedly creating a Jurassic Park style movie. This rumor states that Marvel may be looking to cash in on the popularity of the dinosaurs again. Marvel Comics already has access to the Savage Land source material, which may serve as a way for Kevin Feige. I never know how to say that.
Feige.
Feige, not
Yeah.
Feige, not Fergie.
No, not Fergie. But I'm gonna start calling him Fergie now.
Yeah, Kevin Feige. To incorporate dinosaurs into the MCU. The Savage Land is a prehistoric era hidden in the Antarctic Circle and could also open the door for Wolverine and Magneto to debut in the MCU as they've traveled to the Savage Land in the comics.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's like all pretty much new kind of information for me. It seems pretty cool. You know, in a world where anything's possible, I did not think that would be possible, but it sounds interesting indeed. I mean, I would just be happy, dinosaurs aside, to see the X-Men enter the MCU. So however they need to do it, if they need to bring dinosaurs in the picture because they feel like it, might as well. I don't care. I just need Magneto in there, ideally Fassbender, but
yeah,
I'll take whoever, I guess. Moving on to some Netflix news. Warcraft 2 on Netflix.
Yeah, it shot up to the number 2 on like the what's trending.
Yes. And I mean, it's totally worth it and totally true that this movie is incredibly popular and no one wants to admit it, but we do as much as we can.
We stand for Warcraft so hard.
Yeah. The Warcraft film adaptation is off to a strong start on Netflix. After a week, Warcraft is ranked as the second most watched title, an impressive showing after it failed to garner much support at the box office, ranking in less than 50 million in the US. While its performance on Netflix is respectable, it is unlikely to get any sequels green-lighted anytime in the near future. That is probably the likely case, but we can hope. Other more impossible things have happened. Hopefully, China can carry us. It still made profit. I'm just going to note that the movie made money, just not over here at all.
Yeah.
Some additional Netflix news: Witcher season 2 release date. Season 2 of The Witcher will be arriving on Netflix December 17th of this year.
Early Christmas present.
Yeah, I mean, it debuts this year, but it's basically going to be next year. Whatever, we'll take it. There's going to be 2 episodes out this year at that pace. Or no, those aren't weekly. Those are all ones.
True.
Yeah,
it barely made the cut.
Barely made the cut. The season 2 promo video, which
we're so used to. Sorry, we're so used to Disney. Like this.
No, yeah. I mean, there hasn't been Netflix shows. I feel like there's been like a big hiatus lull there. I've tried, but I'm waiting for The Witcher. Waiting for The Witcher. But the promo video includes episode titles for the upcoming season. Also came with a note. Can you decipher the clues hidden in our season 2 episode titles? Season 2 is set to follow Geralt as he strives to keep Princess Cirilia safe.
Little puzzle, huh?
Yeah, and I like how they're doing it in the episode titles, because usually that's something that they kind of like keep hidden.
Right.
But they must be so mysterious that they are worth deciphering. So
someone get on it. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We need that exclusive.
Yeah. We have another big block of news featuring a series near and dear to our heart, and that is The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah, so we have more casting details for season 3 of The Boys. Eric Kripke, the creator, states that the season premiere will feature, quote, the craziest thing anyone's ever done. He also has confirmed that the show will feature the subtly named Herogasm storyline, which could be related to the statement that I just read. But as far as the casting details, we have Sean Patrick Flannery, who was in Boondock Saints. He is set to play Gunpowder. Miles Gaston Villanueva of Law & Order True Crime, The Mendez Murders. He will play the role of Supersonic. And Nick Wetchler, he was in Revenge. He will take the role of Blue Hawk. There's little information on these characters as they are not from the comic books. However, it is theorized that Blue Hawk is Starlight's ex-boyfriend. Spicy. In other casting news, Laurie Holden will be joining season 3 of The Boys as Crimson Countess. Holden is best known for her role of Andrea on The Walking Dead. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Cannot wait for season 3.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Might have a little something in store for season 3.
Maybe
over here at Showboys. Maybe could be. Anyway, moving on to the smallest Starboys section we have ever had on any Newscast ever at all 14 episodes. I swear this has to be the shortest at one article, and it's a rumor.
How did you let this happen, Nick?
I really don't know. I mean, I think we just know everything that's coming, and the year, the next 6 months are kind of planned out, and then there and beyond. We rumored it to death for the first 6 months, and now everyone's just kind of done. But the news, though, is, and it's a rumor, unfortunately, so not news. The rumor: live action Grand Admiral Thrawn reportedly done filming the first series. Grand Admiral Thrawn may have already been cast. However, no official announcement has been made, nor has there been any leaks as to date. Thrawn may see his live-action introduction by the way of the Mandalorian spinoff, The Book of Boba Fett, which has already been confirmed to have wrapped filming. Some guesses to his casting include Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Downey Jr. So that would be, I did hear I'm pretty sure that's not a rumor, that Robert Downey Jr. was at talks at Lucasfilm, which is interesting. He's about to franchise hop.
I kind of hope that it's not him, though. As much as I like
correct.
RDJ. He's just not a Thrawn. He's too
he's Iron Man.
He's too spunky,
Yeah, he's too witty. Thrawn is very cool and
dry.
Yeah, calculated, right? He's witty, but it's not the same type of wit.
Yeah, he doesn't have the Iron Man swag, the Tony Stark swag.
Yeah, 100%. And that was the end of the Starboys. So
they just need to get the voice actor to play him.
That you think, but they might need. I don't know. Do they feel like they need star power? They don't need star power. Thrawn is the star power. They could put long as he can, act it.
Right.
Don't need the name on it. This isn't the MCU. Moving on. Fast and Furious spinoff? What? Don't they just make sequels there?
Family, bro.
Yeah, family. While the Fast and the Furious series draws to a close, spinoffs of the franchise are just getting started. Charlize Theron and her character Cypher are set to be featured in an upcoming Fast and Furious spinoff. This particular spinoff was once theorized to have an all-female cast. Writers for the film include Nicole Perlman, who previously worked on Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain Marvel, and Detective Pikachu.
Which I need to watch, by the way.
I think I do too. Is it good? That has Ryan Reynolds in it, right?
He is the voice of Pikachu, which is exactly why we need to watch it.
Yeah. I think I always forget that because he is Pikachu. He's not his beautiful face isn't actually in the movie that I know of. Unless they caricatured his face as Pikachu's face, that would be kind of weird. Moving on. George R.R. Martin developing new series on AMC. Dark Winds to feature Robert Redford and George R.R. Martin as producers. The future AMC series is an adaptation of a book series by Tony Hillerman, which follows two Navajo police officers in the 1970s Southwest, period piece, as their search for clues in a grisly double murder case.
Murder.
While the series has a great premise, it's safe to say Game of Thrones fans will not be enthusiastic about Martin taking up yet another project while failing to wrap up a Song of Fire and Ice series. So distracted, he can't even finish his book. So he's going to go produce a show about another book that someone else wrote.
This is exciting, though, because AMC, they used to be real. I mean, they had Breaking Bad, they had Mad Men,
Mm-hmm.
they had early Walking Dead. Like, they used to be a powerhouse of shows,
Right.
but not so much as of the last several years. I mean, they had a show I loved, The Terror, which I know you started. I don't know if you ever finished, but
I do need to finish that because the main guy there plays a big role in The Expanse, and I love that
oh
guy
yeah,
who is also in Chernobyl.
yeah, I was about to say he's in that show too. Yeah, I mean they need to get back in the game. So I'm excited to hear that they have what appears to be a bigger series in the works. So fingers crossed. Sorry, Game of Thrones fans. But we got 2 more articles for you guys here as we wrap up. And the first of which, we have a lot of news on many blockbuster films as they begin production. So movie fans have a lot to look forward to. An Aquaman sequel, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, is set to debut in December of 2022. John Wick Chapter 4 will be released on May 27th, 2022. Knives Out 2 has begun production, which should be wrapped by August. And finally, Netflix's White Noise featuring Adam Driver has begun filming. Not a fan of saying Netflix's.
Netflixy? Netflixi?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the possessive of Netflix is
Netflix's White Noise.
It just doesn't roll
You
off.
can do it. Netflix's.
But yeah, that is exciting. I love movies. Let's get some more. I love Aquaman. Let's go. John Wick. Haven't watched any of them, but let's go. Knives Out 2. The first one was great. I don't know what this White Noise is, but I enjoy Adam Driver. So
That's right.
I'll have to look that up. Last but not least, here we have some plot details for the Alien series that I believe is going to be on FX, or maybe it's a Hulu exclusive, one of those two. But writer and producer Noah Hawley, who you might know from Fargo, confirmed some details for the yet-to-be-released Alien TV series. Sigourney Weaver's well-known character Ellen Ripley will not be featured. The location has been confirmed to be somewhere on Earth, and Hawley hinted that unlike the movies, the aliens will not just be trapped in a certain location. Hawley states that the production is likely to start next spring, while he's already written the first 2 episodes. Hawley also confirmed that there will be a 5th season of Fargo, but he, quote, doesn't have the pieces there yet, which is exciting because I really enjoy the Fargo series, though I need to watch season 4. But yeah, Alien series. I'm here for it. Let's go.
You went from pumping more movies to pumping a series. That used to be a movie.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, sorry, we kind of missed a week last week. Life, having babies. Sorry. But our next episode of the newscast will be in 2 weeks. So we just kind of shifted a week here. But yeah, thank you for joining us.
We hope you found this both entertaining and informative. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe everywhere you consume our content. Find all the places we publish our content on our link tree.
Link tr.ee/Showboys Podcast. Be sure to join our Discord server and become a member of the Showboys community to hang out with the Showboys staff and other listeners, as well as get some cool perks, such as being able to see all of the articles we had to choose from for this episode of the newscast, which were a lot, but we weren't able to squeeze in the episode. All article links covered in this episode, as well as those that were not, will be available in Discord.
If you have anything you would like us to cover in more detail or include in the show, please comment where available or email us at showboyspodcast@gmail.com, or as Mike said, join us in our Showboys Discord for all the community fun.
That's right. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. We hope to see you Thursday night for our weekly episode. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Adios.